Man, this is your boy Terrell. I'm King Crowd. I apologize for my first step of live. It's a truly incredible feeling to try something I've never done before, man. And beyond a little nervous, let me keep it 100. I'm a little nervous to talk about and discuss anything, but I definitely think this is an important subject, man, that I see right now going on in the lexicon and talking about the Will Smith situation. Number one, shout out to the brother for apologizing, man. It was an incredible thing that he did. I gotta give him his absolute credit for doing that, because it takes a man to apologize for your actions. The one thing I like to diagnose is, man, how long that situation took. Um, Will Smith should have kind of knew what he did was wrong anyway. And what I would like to point out, y'all, is that one thing powerful, or two things he pointed out was how every action has a reaction. Number one, in that situation, it's clearly that he wasn't thinking about what could have conspired. And for any young man out there, man, I always want to point out to them to think fully about their actions before they do stuff. The one thing as a man you always want to kind of lean away from or stay away from is somebody that doesn't think. I fear in life a man that reacts out of emotion. One reason why, man, they can get you killed, they can get you locked up, they can put you in a lot of unforeseen situations and circumstances. You must, as a man, have a vision to see three slides ahead. You got to think like that. I know it's something that's unfortunate that most people don't know or talk about, but you got to be able to predict that, man. Because if not, violence is how most people deal with toxic situations. And violence only results to more violence. But the one thing that you must be assured of as a man, number one, is you got to think through, man. That emotional side of you, you got to kind of push that out. I know it takes kind of tough thing to balance it, but that's one thing I can say that Will Smith internally has not worked on to learn how to deal with. He got some stuff in his home. We ain't got to talk about discuss it. That's him personally. But from the outside looking in, man, I really wish that he do that internal work so that situation won't happen no more, man. Because the one thing that we all forget how phenomenal the movie King Richard truly was. Phenomenal film, man. Made me emotional, made me cry. That this black man did for his daughters. And we don't even talk about or discuss, man. King Richard was a phenomenal movie, phenomenal film that was overshadowed by the situation. Number two, man, every action has a reaction that he went over. The one thing that was he brought up that I thought was very interesting, I never knew he had a relationship with Tony Rock, Chris Rock brother, man. You got to think, you put your hands on somebody's brother, how you got a relationship after that? That kind of shocked me a little bit that that didn't come into his lexicon or way of thinking at that moment. Is that, brother, you got to know that. Ain't gonna never be no coolness no more, man. Y'all ain't gonna never better have no relationship, no situation, or no understanding. It's clearly once that line was crossed, we can never be cool after that. And I think that's something that you always gotta recognize and you always gotta predict, y'all. Seriously, you gotta be able to predict that, man. Violence will never solve anything. 2 seconds can really cost you a lot in your life. Any man out there needs to learn that immediately, man. So my little takeaway from it, man, not trying to be too long on the subject, is that emotions are a very powerful thing. You need to be aware of that as a man. You got to know how to protect yourself in all situations. And you must understand that things will happen to you. But the best thing you can always do is take the time to learn yourself, learn your situation, learn your outcomes. Now, shout out to the brother for apologizing. That was a grown man thing to do. Shout out to the brother for reaching out to Chris Rock. That was a grown man thing to do. And shout out for Chris Rock, man, for not really jumping on that and saying, man, hold up, I ain't with that right now. I think as a family to understand, man, my boundary was crossed in that moment and they may not ever speak. And that's okay. I think we always need the benefit of closing in the way that I predicted. But sometimes closure is just we never speak again. I've had relationships like that that I try to apologize and fix and things I didn't do wrong. But you also got to know in that moment as you grow and as you continue to prosper and move forward that every outcome may not come the way you want it to. However, you need to understand that it's up to you to put yourself in the best situation how to move and maneuver that. King Crowder going on a current subject. I know, man, ranting. I'm always usually the history guy, but I definitely think having that blend of subjects I talk about is very helpful and very understanding. As a man, I recommend all of us take a step back before you do stuff, man. You know, the whole situation about the apology. Number one, apologizing correctly too. I think I posted a video about that. We gotta understand we gotta be able to apologize, mention, and the time frame does matter, man. You can't say you sorry 3 months ago and expect for me to accept it, bro. That was one thing that kind of caught me off guard was the time frame of it. Like you did apologize a little bit a while. Now I'm not gonna say it wasn't accurate how you did it. 4 months to pass, man. That's a long time to make a public apology or publicly. My bad for disrespecting you and your household and your family and your children. For you to never to say that, man, that kind of stuck with me, you know. And I understand, he's a superstar. Let me not disrespect Will Smith, man. That man is a superstar. And let me salute that brother, man. He make us all look well, and when one succeed, we all succeed, and we all look well. But I definitely think, something I would like to write about in the future and future endeavors is that time frame does matter when you apologize, reflecting and coming to you, even if I gotta pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? So my final thoughts on the situation is that the apology was warranted. It was definitely much needed on Will Smith's part to clear the air and to be able to discuss this toxic subject, which I think he did a great job by doing. But the follow up on it was a little too long. Sometimes mentioning things took away from the message. But overall, man, I would give it an 8 out of 10 how he did it. You know, but hopefully Chris Rock, maybe he feel it, maybe he won't, and that's okay if he don't. Chris Rock is not a wrong man for saying, man, I ain't feeling or I don't want to have no conversation. You can't get upset or angry with that. Of course, he has the right to. Of course, he has the manifesto to. We just got to understand that. So, again, it's your boy King Crowder, man. Not trying to hold you too long, but I definitely want to hop on my first live. And very excited, man. Reinvesting in myself, trying new things, y'all. A little bit of therapy for my soul right here, but definitely I'm grateful for my new vision, I want to try to interming this and blend this in my activity as I continue to grow and develop. Um, Definitely, I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be here, not just for me, but my future kids and future blessings that can learn from these messages and activities that I want to give out in the atmosphere. So, definitely excited, man. Definitely ready to keep hearing these messages hemmed out to you. So, putting work in, day out basis, and I'm truly grateful, baby. So it's your boy King Crowder checking back out with another edition of another good message to you. This one is labeled on Will Smith situation on how to apologize. Definitely excited and saying grateful. If you haven't been here long, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Give me any feedback. I'm more willing to listen because this is year zero for me in the process. And I just want to grow and develop, man, brick by brick. I don't expect nothing unreasonable. All I expect for me is to get better. And if I get better 10% this year, I'm truly happy and grateful. Peace.